So we're about 2 weeks into the McMahon Hemsley era of WWE, with the Game Triple H running creative and Stephanie McMahon co-running the company with Nick Khan. Nick, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I know this was your plan all along to oust Vince. No, I'm kidding. So I've got 5 free agents who I think Triple H would love to sign and should sign. There are obviously some people I'm sure he would love to sign who currently have contracts and they weren't listed on the free agent list I'm using from Fightful, which I'll put a link to down below. So the kinds of people who won't be on this list, the likes of Keith Lee, the likes of Kaylee Ray, who was really annoying because I really wanted to put her in this, but apparently she's got to deal with the NWA, and the likes of Adam Cole can't be on this because apparently Tony Khan has signed him until like 2074, apparently, so they can't be on the lists, which is unfortunate because I would love all of them. But here are 5 people who I think they should bring in and I think would really excel under Triple H. So we're going to kick it right off. This is cheating a little bit, but I'm putting 2 people in one because they're a package deal. You know who I'm talking about. John Gargano and Candace Rae. Listen, everyone, even Road Dogg is saying this, and Road Dogg he's a whole other bag of worms. But when he was saying Johnny Gargano would never succeed under Vince McMahon, but under Triple H, he will succeed. You've seen this in NXT. Triple H running NXT with John Gargano. Johnny Gargano was amazing. When he was a face, when he was a heel, when he was in DIY, when he was in that group, The Family something, The Way, I believe. Amazing. He was fantastic. He was great, and overall, he's fantastic in the ring. Obviously, I'm sure Triple H will hold on to some of the remnants of what Vince was doing, for a while at least. The bigger guys will hold the titles. Obviously, Roman's going to hold that title even under Triple H because he is money at the moment. But, John Gargano coming in, if Triple H really wants to build his mid-card titles, you've got people like Johnny Gargano who can, and even if, okay, maybe, there's too many people chasing the mid-card titles, well, Ciampa and Gargano are a fantastic tag team. I'd love them both to be singles competitors winning titles, of course, but a fantastic tag team, and you need another tag team to elevate and get on that level of the Usos and the New Day, because right now you've got Usos and New Day, and then I think Street Profits are just below them, but I think Street Profits are going to break up. That seems to be they're teasing that. So then you need someone to fill in that space there, and I think DIY could do that if you so need to. Candace LeRae, obviously just an incredible wrestler. I think you want to start building new fantastic wrestlers on top of your women's division. I know they have the 4 horsewomen. I'm sure Sasha will probably come back at some point. Naomi will come back at some point now. There have been talks in the wrestling news about them coming back. But with the 4 horsewomen on top, they're eventually going to graduate onto things. Sasha's already a household name almost by doing all of these movies, the stuff with Star Wars. I can't believe I'm saying stuff with Star Wars and I'm a Star Wars fan. You've got Becky Lynch, who will inevitably become like a John Cena. She'll go off and do movies 100% because she has the charisma for it. Bayley and Charlotte, I think, will probably stick around for the long term. I think they are wrestlers to their cores, but even with them, like, Bayley has so much charisma, she could probably end up doing television and movies. Charlotte also could end up doing television and movies. I'm sure she's already doing TV stuff. I think she took a break to film a show. I don't know the show. But, when those 4 graduate, you need to start building your next stars. They're already doing this fairly successfully, and it's one good thing Vince actually did. They did it really successfully with Bianca Belair. But you can't just have Bianca on top, and Ronda Rousey is going to go off anyway, and she's busy, saying stuff about Sandy Hook. But Bianca is going to be on top, and you need, another 3 or 4 people to be up there, and Candace LeRae is that person. I know they have a wealth of women's talent, but again, and to be honest, WWE is the destination for women's talent in the US, unless you want to go to the women's only companies. But from the big 3 Okay, yeah, I'm not including Impact, but from like the big three, the WWE is the one you want to go to. Although I guess Stardom is now working closer. You know what? For now, the big two, WWE is the big one you want to go to for women's wrestling. So Candace Rae on top there, and she will dominate, and she is an amazing wrestler. Now, okay, I'm done cheating with the two, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Leon Ruff, or Leon Ruffins, I believe he's going by now. Apparently he doesn't have a full-time contract with AEW, which is nuts because he's fantastic. So I think Triple H should bring him back in. He was doing great work in NXT before he was cut, right before NXT 2.0. I think if you want to have that North American title in NXT being the wrestler's title, someone like a Leon Ruffins, Leon Ruff, is the kind of person you want there. Like, you got Swerve, who is a wrestler going for that title. You got Solo Sikoa, who's actually a very good wrestler as well, going for that title. Someone like Leon Ruff would do fantastically there. Or if you want to build out your mid-card and want to have a solid mid-card on the main roster, Leon Ruff is the kind of person you want doing that. So I think he's a fantastic signing. The final male signing I've got is the one, the only, James Storm. I know he's working dates for Impact, and has been doing it recently, like with Slammiversary, but I do believe he's still technically a free agent. And look, just bring him in. Finally, he doesn't have to be in for a long time. Bring him in. You have to do something with Bobby Roode now, because Dolph Ziggler isn't with him. Bobby Roode became the glorious guy, and he was a fantastic wrestler. Look, just bring him in. Bring back Beer Money. Again, you need more tag teams, especially if you're going to split the titles. And I want James Storm to finally have a run in the E, and also for him and Bobby Roode to like win titles, because Bobby Roode deserves titles as well. So that's my thinking behind James Storm being brought in. I think Triple H could do great work with him, even if he eventually becomes a player coach in like NXT. That's still fine. That's still great. You want someone like James Storm in your company. Now, we're moving on to the two women's wrestlers I think they should bring in, and one's a return. Again, I wanted to put Smiley Kylie Rae into this, but she is signed to the NWA. So I wanted to bring back Persia Pirotta, because she was a good wrestler. She had a lot of charisma. I don't know why they cut her. She was in a storyline on 2.0. I know it was a bit crazy, but she was in a storyline. She's great, and she has the charisma. You know, Indy Hartwell, if their idea was, oh, can't have two people with similar accents, well, I don't know, Indy is primed for main roster. You can have someone like Persia come in and take her place, where someone who's like an upper mid-carder in NXT for a while, as they're building people up to take on, well, I guess currently Mandy Rose, but I'm sure she's going to drop that title fairly soon to someone. But Persia would be great in NXT, and then to be elevated to the women's main roster, especially if they bring back the tag titles. I could see her and Indy being a thing on main roster, but I definitely think she should be brought in. Okay, I'm actually going to add an additional one. Tegan Nox should be brought back as well, because she is a fantastic wrestler, and I know she's had a lot of injuries, but when she's not injured, she is brilliant and fantastic in the ring, and should be in the WWE and should be on a massive platform. And finally, Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale is fantastic. I don't know why Tony Khan hasn't signed to a full-term contract at the point of recording. That's crazy. She's a brilliant wrestler. She is a wrestler who, again, can be one of those ones you build up to be on top, like Bianca. She's brilliant. I don't know why Tony hasn't signed her. AEW doesn't really treat their women's division the best, and that's why I think she should go to the WWE. Yeah, Willow Nightingale, it's just a no-brainer, and Triple H could do wonders with her. So thank you for watching. That's my list of wrestlers. Comment down below any wrestlers you think should be on this list and you think Triple H should bring back in. Like, subscribe, share the video with a friend or family member, and hey, go watch some great wrestling.